in the heart of the crystal tower, where power is measured in cold numbers, a silent guardian stands tall against the tide of corporate greed and indifference. Golden rays of the dying sun pierce through the glass walls of the Aurelius building, reflecting the immense wealth and the icy souls within its halls. Expensive leather shoes click rhythmically against the polished marble, a cold symphony of ambition that echoes through the vast and intimidating lobby of the skyscraper. Faces hidden behind designer suits pass by without a glance, representing a world where status is everything and human connection is a lost, forgotten art. Corbin, a man in a weathered security uniform, stands motionless in the corner, his presence a stark contrast to the shimmering luxury of the financial empire. Beneath the rough fabric of his humble attire lies a heart of gold, belonging to a father who works tirelessly to provide for his young daughter. He gently touches a small, worn photograph tucked inside his pocket, his eyes softening with a warmth that the cold marble around him could never possess. This is the story of a man who chooses kindness over power, a hidden soul whose true value is far greater than any number on a balance sheet. In the busy lobby, Elena, a young intern, rushes through the crowd, her arms full of important documents, and her heart filled with anxious hope and fear. Suddenly, the papers slip from her grasp, fluttering like white wings to the floor as the crowd of elites continues to march on without stopping once. A young executive, dressed in a sharp suit, deliberately plants his polished shoe onto a critical document, his face twisted in a sneer of pure arrogance. The surrounding crowd stops only to mock her misfortune, their laughter cutting deeper than the cold air of the air-conditioned hall, leaving her feeling utterly alone. Tears welt up in Elena's eyes as she looks at the circle of judgment, her dignity stripped away by those who believe their wealth makes them superior. The executive barks out insults, his words dripping with venom as he belittles the girl for her social status and her simple, hard-working background in this place. Her hands tremble as she reaches out to gather the scattered remains of her hard work, the weight of the tower's cold indifference crushing her young spirit. From the shadows of the pillar, the quiet guardian moves forward with purpose, his steps calm and steady amidst the storm of mockery and the cold stares. Corbin kneels down beside the girl, his movements filled with a grace and respect that silences the room, shocking those who only know how to look down. One by one he picks up the papers, handing them to Elena with a gentle nod that reassures her she is not alone in this heartless, cold place. Standing tall, the security guard faces the executive, his stature commanding and his gaze so sharp it pierces through the facade of the younger man's unearned power. Though he wears the uniform of a servant, his aura is that of a king, forcing the arrogant man to take a step back in sudden confusion. Corbin pulls a clean, white handkerchief from his pocket and offers it to Elena, a small gesture of humanity that speaks louder than any corporate grand speech. He speaks with a voice like rolling thunder, reminding them all that true values is found in how we treat those who can do nothing for us. Furious, the executive screams for more security to remove the man, unaware that he is challenging the very foundation upon which this entire empire was built. The heavy bronze doors of the private elevator slide open, and a hush falls over the lobby as the CEO and the senior board members step out. The executive points at Corbin, demanding his immediate firing, but the CEO stops dead in his tracks, his face turning as white as a sheet of paper. To the shock of everyone watching, the most powerful men in the city bow their heads in deep reverence before the man in the worn security uniform. Corbin removes his cap, his grey hair catching the light as he looks at his employees, the mask of the humble guard falling away to reveal his truth. For 10 years, the founder had watched from the shadows, living as one of his own workers, to see if the heart of his company still beat. The executive's knees buckle as he realizes his career is over, his cruelty exposed before the very man who wrote the checks for his lavish and empty lifestyle. Corbin's eyes are filled with a profound disappointment, a silent judgment on a generation that traded their empathy for a seat at the table of the elite. The hierarchy of the tower is shattered in an instant, proving that the most powerful person in the room is often the one you would never even notice. Walking out into the evening air, Corbin holds his daughter's hand, leaving behind the glass walls for the warmth of a home built on love and truth. The Aurelius Tower glows like a distant star in the twilight, but its shadows are shorter now that the light of truth has finally been revealed today. The next morning, Elena finds a letter on her desk. A personal note from the founder that changes her life and restores her faith in human goodness. She looks out at the city with a new sense of purpose, knowing that her worth is not defined by those who seek to pull her down low. Somewhere in the city, a single candle burns brightly, a symbol of the silent kindness that keeps the world from falling into the darkness of total greed. Corbin and his daughter share a simple laugh in the park, a reminder that the greatest treasures are the ones that money can never hope to buy. Money can build towers of glass and steel, but only the strength of a kind heart can keep them standing tall against the winds of time forever.